Hey there, friend. In this episode, I'm going to show you how email marketing outperforms all other forms of social media marketing. Sound like a plan? Good, because I am honestly super excited for this one. But before we dive in, if this is your first time jumping in and hanging out with me, let me just say hello. My name is Lisa Ann, and like I said, in this episode, I want to tell you about the truth about social media marketing. And I want to do that by comparing it to email marketing. Now, a lot of people, they think that email is dead and that social media is the only way to grow your business online, but really that's just not true. Email still outperforms all other channels when it comes to getting conversions and sales. So if you're looking to market your business online, let me just say this, okay? You need to be using email marketing. Honestly, email marketing has really come so far since its early days. It used to be used as that simple communication tool, one where people would only communicate back and forth with that's with friends, with families, with coworkers. Now, my grandma, that was someone that I used to email with all the time when she was alive. Or when I was working in the corporate office almost 8 years ago now, I literally lived in my email inbox. Today, it is so much more than just that communication that you have back and forth with that warm network. It can definitely still be that place to communicate with your family or your coworkers, especially if you're not using, let's say, text messaging or a project management system like Basecamp or Slack. But really, that is probably the most basic way to use it. And if you want to use it for business purposes, which is why you're here, besides just that back and forth communication, let's even say with clients, it can be extremely effective as a marketing tool and even as a productivity tool. You can use email marketing to boost sales, build relationships, or even follow up and really automate a lot of your tedious tasks. Now, from a relationship side of things, this is a huge advantage that you'll have if you are leading with value. Now, I'm not going to lie, some people will argue with me and say that social media is more of a personal way to connect with people, but it's honestly just a different way to build a relationship, a different way to connect with people. Now, social media absolutely has its advantages. You can show up, you can be yourself, you can show your face, you can showcase, let's say, your work, your personal life. There's a lot of things. But the thing with social media is that really every single person that follows you, they know that you're talking to everyone. Now, there are certain tips I can give you to help personalize your social media a bit, but when it comes to your emails, you can personalize them so much that people don't even think twice that you're actually sending it to thousands of people, or if you're sending it to them directly. What I love most about email marketing is that you can send highly customized messages to your entire email list. You can even target specific groups of people with laser precision, depending on what action they just took or even what stage of a customer journey they're in with you. So for example, let's just say that you had a meeting with a prospect about your services, okay? Typically, after you have a meeting with someone, you follow up with them a couple of days later, right? You may be typing that same message over and over again to every single prospect that you talk to. So instead, with email marketing, you can automate that message to follow up with them where it seems like you are manually following up. Like literally, it seems like you were typing away that message and sending it to them personally. Now, email also gives us a level of privacy that social media really just cannot match. When you send an email, you can be sure that that message will only be seen by the person or the people that you intended it for. Whereas with social media platforms, if you're trying to grow your audience and trying to reach more people, your account's going to be public, meaning anyone who happens to land on your profile or sees your content pop up on their social media, they can see your message. So like I said, email marketing is a different form of marketing, and the personalization side of it is just very different than social media. Now, another big aspect to point out to you comparing email marketing with social media marketing is the actual return on investment. So your ROI, okay? Based on research and using my own campaigns, email has a higher return on investment than social media. Email marketing, and get the stats, it has been shown to produce an ROI of 4,300%. Social media has an ROI of 0.71%. Now, I'm not saying you shouldn't promote yourself on social media. You absolutely should, but don't rely on the sales necessarily coming strictly from posting on social media. Instead, what I do is I focus on using my social media to attract the right people to me and then getting them into my email list. And then I focus on using my emails to take them to that next step with my business. Now, a stat that I saw the other day was 77% of people said that email was their preferred method of receiving offers from businesses, where only 2% said social media. And that's just coming from a sales of a product side of things. So when you run a business where you are service-based or you're the face of your business, it is even more important to focus on the email side of things. And then another more technical side of why I love email marketing so much really is the feedback that you get. You'll get a lot more data and insight through your emails, which will help you make those tweaks and fine-tune your marketing. And you know that I say this a lot on these episodes. The more that you tweak your campaigns and the more that you tweak your marketing based on what the numbers in the digital world are telling you, the better results you are going to get. Okay, so we're always going to be testing. We're always going to be tweaking. And really, it comes down to that conversation that you're having and how you can actually alter that conversation. Now, I mentioned before that you can really get personal with your emails, but it also can help you send those laser targeted messages to your clients and to your prospects. What I suggest when you start to organize your email list, you tag every single person with a very specific keyword based on their interests. So for example, if I know that I have someone on my list who is looking up webinar tips and tricks, I can segment them into one campaign. Or if I know people who are specifically interested in running social media ads, I can tag them differently and send a different email. Or another good example is even just segmenting your lists in general. So let me use one of the Spotlight Theory members as an example for this, okay? So she is a personal trainer, and essentially she has 2 different target markets, but 3 different lists that she sets up in her email autoresponder. Her clients who are already working with her prospects who want to work with her, and then has a whole other side of her business is where she's actually coaching other personal trainers on how to grow their business. So that is an entirely different segment, which again, it just comes back to that conversation that you are having. The conversation that she would have with a client looking to lose weight, let's just say, would be totally different than the conversation with a fellow personal trainer who wants to use social media to get more clients. So in her email marketing, she can segment who she is talking to based on the interests of the individual. That will go a long way from a message standpoint, from a stat perspective, but also really just the effectiveness of her overall email campaigns. Now, with social media, you can't segment like that unless you have multiple social media accounts. And really, that is just a whole other job on its own. I'm sure you can agree. Social media, yes, it's a job. There's a lot that you can do. But the last aspect that I want to compare through social media versus email is the actual engagement, okay? So email lists are generally more engaged than social media followers. Are you surprised at that? More engagement through emails than social media followers. Social media engagement is super, super important, but typically you are only hitting a very small percentage of people per post. Whereas email, you are landing in everyone's inbox. So let's compare just from a numbers standpoint, okay? On average, Instagram engagement rates for a really good account are going to be between that 3 to 5% mark. Most people though, and I'm saying most people, they're below 1% engagement. And typically only 1 to 3% of your followers actually see your content. With email, an average open rate, okay? An average open rate is 20%, meaning 20% of your email list will at least open your email and read your content. Click rates is the next aspect we look at with emails. Anything over 1% is a goal. But overall, if you just think about it, you're reaching more people with emails. You're getting more people to open your email and getting a higher amount of people to actually take action. Like I said, though, I'm not saying social media is not important. That's not what I'm saying at all. It is very important. Just it's not the only thing that I want you to focus on when you're trying to grow your business online. I would rather focus on using social media for credibility and connecting with people just as I would as a human being, with the end goal, though, to get them onto my email list. Email marketing is honestly such a great way to connect with your potential and your current clients and all of your leads. And it's even more amazing to build that relationship and just start to position yourself as that expert. Now, one last thing before we head out for the day. Not once today did I mention newsletters. You know, those monthly emails that you get from businesses that look like a flyer. Those, unfortunately, do not work anymore unless that person is looking for a sale. So instead, I recommend using email marketing as a form of communication that comes across as if you were emailing that one person individually. That alone, that is going to go a huge, huge way for you in your business. So if you've been sending newsletters in your business, one, I'm just so excited that you're already using email marketing. That's fantastic. A slight tweak of content, that's going to help go a long way. If you haven't started with email marketing just yet, though, I want you to take today as your sign to really just start focusing on it. If you need help with it, what I've done is I put together a free guide that will walk you through everything you need to know about email marketing. So I'll make sure to link that one down below in the notes for you. That way you can download it. And if you come across any questions, honestly, feel free to reach out to me at any point on social media at Lisa Ann Coaching. I am always happy to help. I can talk about this stuff all day long. But regardless, I'll talk to you next week. I hope you have a fantastic, fantastic day. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. And let's jump into email marketing. Bye for now.